Welcome to the initial public offering overview of Shah Investors Home Limited, a retail broking company that offers a range of services covering equity brokerage services and derivatives brokerage services. With over 3 decades of experience. Registered offices at Gandhinagar, Gujarat and corporate office at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Disclaimer. This video is directed at and is intended for distribution to and use by residents of India only. You are viewing this video on the basis that you have confirmed your eligibility to view the same and your acknowledgement to the book running lead manager in the company that you are the intended recipient of this communication and that you are located in India. If you are not permitted to view this video or are in any doubt as to whether you are permitted to view this video, please exit immediately. This video is for information purposes only and does not constitute or form part of and should not be construed as any offer or invitation to subscribe to or purchase any securities, nor should it, or any part of it, form the basis of or be relied upon in connection with any contract or commitment whatsoever. Investors are advised not to rely on any other document, content, or information in respect of the public issue that may appear on the internet, online websites, social media platforms, or microblogging platforms by finfluencers or shared by third parties. Investors are advised to rely only on the information contained in the draft red herring prospectus dated September 29, 2025, and subsequent statutory publications for taking an investment decision. The information contained herein is subject to change without notice and past performance is not indicative of future results. Investments in equity shares involve a high degree of risk. Investors should not invest any funds in this issue unless they can afford to take the risk of losing their entire investment. Please read the section Risk Factors on page 40 in the draft red herring prospectus carefully before making any investment decision. Investors are advised to read the draft red herring prospectus dated September 29, 2025, DRHP, carefully before taking an investment decision in the issue available on websites of initial public offering of up to 54 lakh equity shares of face value rupees, 10 each equity shares, for cash at a price band of rupees per equity share, including a share premium of rupees per equity share, aggregating up to rupees. Lakhs, the issue. Company background. Our company was incorporated as Shah Investors Home Private Limited, a private limited company under the Companies Act, 1956, pursuant to the Certificate of Incorporation dated October 12, 1994, issued by the Assistant Registrar of Companies, Gujarat at Dadra and Nagar Haveli, ROC. Subsequently, our company was converted into a public company, pursuant to a special resolution passed by shareholders in their extraordinary general meeting on February 14, 1995, and the name of our company was changed to Shah Investors Home Limited. A fresh certificate of incorporation dated March 9, 1995, was issued by the ROC upon conversion of our company to a public limited company. Thereafter, the name of our company was changed to Shah Investors Home Limited, pursuant to a shareholder resolution dated October 10, 2000, and a fresh certificate of incorporation consequent on change of name dated October 13, 2000, was issued by the ROC. Our business spans broking services in equity, futures and options, currency derivative and commodities, brokerage services, margin trading facility, NSDL depository services, distribution services as mutual funds, portfolio management distribution, and stock lending and borrowing services. We also operate digital platforms, SIHL Moneymaker and SIHL Funds Pro. We have served over 100,000 DMAT accounts with more than 37,810 active clients through 11 branches and 184 authorized persons. Key financials and growth. Key risks. Certain important factors that could cause actual results to differ materially from our company's expectations include, but are not limited to, the following. 1. Our broking segment contributes 68.90%, 71.60%, and 71.60% of our revenue for the fiscals 2025, 2024, and 2023, respectively. Any reduction in our revenue from the broking segment could have a material adverse effect on our business, results of operations, cash flows, and financial condition. 2. We are subject to extensive statutory and regulatory requirements and supervision. Any failure to comply with applicable law or changes in the regulatory framework could result in action being initiated against us by relevant authorities, which may have a material adverse impact on our business, results of operations, and financial condition. 3. We rely heavily on our network of authorized persons associated with us. Loss of a significant number of authorized persons or failure to expand our network of authorized persons may have an adverse impact on our business, results of operations, and financial conditions. Further, we could be liable for the lapses of our authorized persons. 4. Any failure to obtain, renew, and maintain requisite statutory and regulatory permits, licenses, and approvals for our operations from time to time may adversely affect our business. 5. We rely on the Indian exchanges for a significant portion of our business, and we are registered with such exchanges and are subject to the rules and regulations framed by such exchanges. Any disruption in the functioning of the exchanges, or a disruption to our connection with the exchanges, or failure to comply with exchange rules and regulations could have a material adverse effect on our business and results of operations. Please read risk factors, beginning on page 40 of the DRHP. The share capital of our company, as on this draft red herring prospectus, is set forth below. Our promoters. The promoters of our company are Tanmay Upendra Shah, Upendra Trikamlal Shah, Purnima Upendra Shah, and Tripti Utpal Shah. As on date of this draft, red herring prospectus, our promoters, in aggregate, hold 96,05,000 equity shares in our company, representing 60.97% of the issued, subscribed, and paid up equity share capital of our company. Board of Directors. As on the date of filing this draft red herring prospectus, we have 8 directors on our board, including 4 executive directors and 4 independent directors. The issue. Summary of outstanding litigation and material developments. A summary of outstanding litigation proceedings of our company, subsidiaries, directors, promoters, and group companies, to the extent applicable and as disclosed in the section titled Outstanding Litigation and Material Developments on page 614, in terms of the SEBI ICDR regulations and the materiality policy approved by our board pursuant to resolution dated September 5, 2025. As of the date of this draft, red herring prospectus is set forth below. Objects of issue. The objects of issue are proposed to be utilized for the objects in accordance with the details provided in the following table. The object of the issue is to fund the working capital requirements of our company and for general corporate purposes. Issue structure. Book building. Not more than 50% of the net issue to QIBs. Not less than 15% of the net issue to NIBs. Not less than 35% of the net issue to retail individual bidders. The equity shares are proposed to be listed on the stock exchanges, i.e., BSE Limited and National Stock Exchange of India Limited. Book running. Lead manager. Beeline Capital Advisors. Private Limited. Summary statement of price information of past issues during the current financial year and 2 financial years preceding the current financial year. Handled by Beeline Capital Advisors. Private Limited. SMEIPO. Main Board IPO. For further information, please read Draft Red Herring. Prospectus dated September 29, 2025. Available on the websites of CB, NSE, BSE, Book Running. Lead Manager, Beeline Capital Advisors. Private Limited, Shah Investors Home Limited. Potential investors should rely on the DRHP for making any investment decision. For risk factors, please refer to page 40 of the DRHP. For financial information, please refer to page 503 of the DRHP. For outstanding litigations, please refer to page 614 of the DRHP. Disclaimer. The company is not seeking an investment from you based on this video. This is a video for information purposes only and is not a promotional video and does not constitute an invitation or offer to acquire, purchase, or subscribe to the equity shares of the company. Potential investors should rely only on the disclosures made in the draft red herring prospectus dated September 29, 2025. Disclaimer. Shah Investors Home. Limited is proposing, subject to receipt of requisite approvals, market conditions, and other considerations, to make an initial public offer of its equity shares, and has filed a draft red herring prospectus dated September 29, 2025 with SEBI, the DRHP. The DRHP is available on the website of SEBI, as well as on the website of the lead managers, the website of NSE, and the website of BSE, and the website of the issue company. Any potential investor should note that investment in equity shares involves a high degree of risk, and for details relating to such risks, please see the section titled Risk Factors, beginning on page 40 of the DRHP. Potential investors should wait for the red herring prospectus to be filed in relation to the offer for making any investment decision. The equity shares have not been and will not be registered under the U.S. Securities Act of 1933, as amended, the U.S. Securities Act, or any state securities laws in the United States, and unless so registered, may not be offered or sold within the United States, except pursuant to an exemption from, or in a transaction not subject to, the registration requirements of the U.S. Securities Act and applicable U.S. state securities laws. Accordingly, the equity shares are being offered and sold outside the United States in offshore transactions as defined and in reliance on Regulation S and the applicable laws of each jurisdictions where such offers and sales are made.